Check out FlipsideGaming.com for all your gaming needs. Use the promo code HEROES to save 10% on all orders over $10 and support the channel at the same time. Hey there, this is John from Heroes and Legends, and yes, you're reading that title card correctly. We actually have some cards from Core Set 2019 to look at today. 18 in all. You're going to find that these are all commons. I hesitate to call them leaks, though, due to the fact that Wizards actually put these out accidentally, and we'll talk more about that in just a second. Long story short, there was a user on Twitter last night named Mox Moonstone that opened a box of Dominaria, and surprise! Here's 18 cards from the core set in there. So they were nice enough to post a number of pictures, and we'll just take a look and see what we got. Now, this first picture is a photo they took of 15 of the cards. There's 18 altogether. We'll take a closer look at them in a second. And it kind of brings up the thought that we have seen this in the past, where every once in a while, usually around pre-release time, someone will open a pack and they'll find a common or uncommon of a card from the next set. And that was actually happening a lot for a while. And Mark Rosewater had said that it was accidental, that basically sometimes a card could get stuck in the hopper and just end up in the wrong pack. And yeah, I don't know if I always believed him. It did feel like it was kind of a cool thing to get people talking about the next set, especially if they're at a pre-release and everyone's all together and everything. So I wasn't really sure if they did it on purpose, if it was on accident. This doesn't feel like on purpose to me, though, because if I was going to do something like this, I want to put them all in one box. I would spread this out and have a lot of different people find these. I think you get more bang for your buck that way. This kind of feels like it was more of a manufacturing error for sure, at least in my opinion. So anyway, let's look at the cards. The first one is Daybreak Chaplain, a white and 1 human cleric 1/3 lifelink, and as I mentioned before, all of these will be common. So yeah, fine limited card, 1/3, nice little blocker, has lifelink to boot, just 2 mana. Yeah, I can see myself playing this, especially in sealed. Nothing too crazy though. Next is Dwarven Priest. This costs a white and 3, dwarf cleric 2/4. When this enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life for each creature you control. So this is actually not bad for limited. Again, a 2/4 for 4 where you're going to gain life, at least 1 life, if nothing else, but probably, if everything works out, a couple points of life. It does look like that you're going to have the ability to go wide in white, just from the small sample size of cards here. Looks like that might be a thing. You'll notice that as we continue on. And perhaps Boros is getting into that too, because we do see 1 red card that seems to support that theory as well coming up. So if you do draft a go wide strategy, this will be a fantastic card for you. Even if you don't, gaining a few points of life and getting a 2/4 for 4 is not bad at all. Inspired Charge. Of course, this one is a reprint. We've seen this a number of times, most recently in Kaladesh. So this is one of the many reprints you're going to see that kind of feel like core sets, limited staples more than anything. This is a fine combat trick, though, that can be used offensively or defensively, and another card that kind of supports maybe a go-wide theme here. Knight's Pledge. A white and 1. It's an aura, and you can enchant a creature. That enchanted creature gets +2/+2. Yeah, nothing crazy here. It'll be good maybe on a creature with evasion if you play it when your opponent's tapped out or is out of cards, and you know you can get them for a little bit for just 2 mana. Loxodon Linebreaker. White and 2, 3/2, Elfin Soldier. This one's vanilla. Yeah, it's playable. I'm not a big fan of 3/2s for 3 because they do trade down with a lot of 2-drops that are 2/2s or 2/1s. But sometimes you just need a 3-drop, and you're going to play this maybe more often in sealed than draft, though. Mighty Leap, another reprint that we've seen many times, most recently in Amonkhet. This is a good limited combat trick, though. I'm usually happy to play one of these because, again, you can use it offensively as well as defensively. Anticipate, another reprint. Battle for Zendikar, that was the last time we saw this one, and it actually has seen a little standard play in the past, and it could again, perhaps. Cancel. This has been a part of many sets over the years, including Ixalan, and not really surprising to see this in a core set, because core sets usually try to exhibit some of the more basic cards in Magic, and Cancel is your basic counterspell nowadays. Disperse. Yeah, this is back again. We last saw it in Magic Origins, and it's a good limited card. I like the versatility here. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. That means you can protect your stuff, or return one of your things to your hand that you want to recast for whatever reason. Maybe it has a good entrance battlefield effect. Or you can go ahead and bounce one of your opponent's things, get it out of the way for a turn, and kind of tempo them. All for 2 mana. This is actually pretty decent. Dwindle. Here's a new one. It's a blue and 2 enchantment aura. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets -6/-0. When an enchanted creature blocks, destroy it. Not much to say about this one. It's just one of those blue, quote-unquote, removal spells, the type of thing blue is going to need to deal with creatures on the battlefield. Omen Speaker, another reprint. This one originally from Theros and has been reprinted as recently as Conspiracy Take the Crown, but it's been a while since we saw it in Standard, and I do think this might actually be able to see Standard play. A 1/3 for 2 that lets you scry 2 when it enters the battlefield is not bad. This is definitely a really strong limited card. It's also a wizard, so hey, you never know. We saw a lot of good wizards in Dominaria, and people are trying to brew with them right now. Maybe this is the type of card that makes a deck like that a little bit better. Scholar of the Stars, another new one, a blue and 3 Human Artificer 3/2. When this enters the battlefield, if you control an artifact, draw a card. This is one of those cards in Limited you don't touch if you don't have a number of artifacts in your deck. You don't want a 3/2 for 4 by any means, but if you can replace it when it enters the battlefield, that's a whole different story. So yeah, we don't know what the artifacts are going to look like in this set, how plentiful, how good they're going to be, but I would imagine they're going to be strong enough if they're creating a card like this in blue. So yeah, when you have enough artifacts, this will be very good for you. Active Treason, good reprint here. I like this in limited games. This was last seen in Magic Origins when it comes to the World of Standard, but it was printed as recently as Masters 25. That wasn't very long ago. What I like about Active Treason over some other similar effects is it says gain control of target creature until end of turn, which means, yes, I could use it the way that's more intuitive, just stealing one of my opponent's creatures and attacking them with it. And if I have a sack outlet, well, even better. But you can also use this in a more subtle way to maybe untap one of your own creatures if you want to attack in, then keep it back on defense. Or maybe give one of the creatures you just cast haste if you have enough mana to do it. So I like the cards that give you those options and give you some versatility. Goblin Instigator. This is a red and 1 Goblin Rogue 1/1, and when this enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 red Goblin creature token. So this is another new card, and this is what I was alluding to earlier, that perhaps, maybe, red is also in the go-wide plan, so that could be what Boros has up its sleeve in this set. Also, something to consider, could a card like this push the Goblin Tribe a little harder in Standard? It's possible, it probably depends on what other pieces are coming in this set, if any. Hostile Minotaur, another new one. It's a red and 3 Minotaur 3/3 with haste. Very solid limited card here. The haste is going to make it feel more like a 3-drop than a 4-drop. Also, does this card make you think about dusting off Neheb the Worthy from Amonkhet, maybe trying that out in Standard? Well, that's probably a long shot, but it's at least worth thinking about. Onaki Ogre, a red and 2 Ogre Warrior 4/2, another vanilla card here. Not super thrilled with this one, although it is better than 4 2s for 4 with some sort of weird ability, which we have seen as recently as Dominaria. However, again, this is going to trade down with a lot of 2-drops. Sure Strike, another good combat trick that's a reprint. We saw this as recently as Ixalan. And finally, one more reprint is Tormenting Voice, the card that never leaves Standard. It's actually good that they print this as much as they do, because it does see a lot of modern play, pauper play, so it's one of those commons that if it didn't get reprinted regularly, it could start creeping up in price, and we actually have seen that for some of the harder to find variants. So hey, why not throw it in there again, and it's a good card. Alright, with that being said, that's what we know about the core set 2019. I'm not expecting to see much more of this unless there's more manufacturing issues. I haven't opened any Dominaria boxes on the channel yet. Maybe we'll get lucky and get some cards from the core set, who knows. But anyway, I do think for the most part, the cards they will be focusing on for previews in the next few weeks will be, of course, Battle Bonds. We'll report those all out to you, and I'm going to see you a little bit later today for the Market Watch. Until next time, thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and have a great day. Hey, thanks for watching. This video is made possible by the generous support of viewers like you on Patreon. Check out the description below for links to our Patreon page as well as our Amazon affiliate store, where a small percentage of all sales will also help support the channel. Finally, if you haven't had a chance yet to subscribe, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any new videos on Heroes and Legends. Talk to you again soon, and have a great day.